All right, where do I start? Hey loves, this is Cherish. Thanks for tuning in to CYBTV. Woo. So this is a discussion topic, which I do discussion topics on my channel. I just don't do them as often, but I did bring like this segment part because I like to talk about life topics that a lot of people don't probably touch on. So I do label them CYBDTs, and CYBDTs are Cherish Your Beauty discussion topics. Okay, so I feel like this topic was supposed to be talked about a few months ago, like pretty much right when it happened, because I believe the Lord was like, this is something you need to share on your channel. And I was just like, but why do I have to share it, you know? Even though in my heart I feel like this needs to be talked about and discussed, I talked myself out of it. But now I'm like, you know what? It is time. Now is the time. So I will be talking about how to pretty much get what you want with faith, not necessarily hard work or money. So this topic is dear to me because recently I just got my new car. I got a Jeep. So little backstory, I've been wanting a Jeep for some time now. Back in like college years, I had came across like the most beautiful car that I have ever seen in my life. So I came across a G-Class Mercedes, you know, a G-Wagon, and I was just like, I fell in love with that car immediately, and I was like, that is my car, that's the car I want. Looked it up, of course, like $150,000 car, and I was like, okay, you know, I don't have that money now, but you know, one day that's going to be the car that I get, and that is a goal of mine. So that was back in like 2007-ish, so 10 years ago. And I feel like, you know, over the years I've been through a lot of experiences and stuff like that, falling off track, got back on track, all of that stuff. But that's always been like one of my goals and dreams and stuff. So now that I'm in this point in life where I'm just really like getting back to the real core of Cherish, and I've kind of went through all my experiences and everything, and just my ups and the downs, which we all go through. But I really went through like a transitional phase to where I tried certain things out, realized that didn't work for me. I had to experience certain things just to kind of know exactly where I want to be. And it's funny because the person that I was at a younger age was always the person that I knew I was meant to be. But of course, as you get older, for some reason, we allow people or situations get in the way of our authentic selves, and then we become someone we thought we wouldn't become. And then it just takes real soul searching for me, prayer for me, you know, just seeking God more. That's what helps me, and that's what I needed to do to get back to me. And I feel like I'm finally becoming comfortable with being Cherish, who God created to be, without allowing people to come in or situations to come in and throw me off track. So here I am, 2018, towards the end of 2018, about to go into 2019. Finally, because I went back to the core, I was like, what is something that I want? And that was, of course, my G-Class Mercedes. I actually have it on my screensaver, like the same car that I had 10 years ago that I literally saved, and I have that same car on my screensaver phone just to remind me, like, that's the goal, that's the goal. So of course now, just recently, a few months ago, back in August, I got me a Jeep. I didn't get me the G-Class Mercedes, but I got me a Jeep because I was like, the Jeep is going to be the car that is going to motivate me to really get to that G-Class Mercedes. I've had plenty of cars, started driving when I was like 15, 16. So I've personally had my own cars that I have gotten and owned, but it was not like the car. So getting back to myself and you know, the true me, I was like, you know what, I'm going to get me a Jeep, because the Jeep is going to motivate me to stay on track to get towards my goal of that G-Class Mercedes. I know it seems superficial maybe to some and materialistic, but to me, how I process things and things work for me, that's what I needed to focus on. So back in August, I went and got me the car, because prior to that, I literally was speaking it into existence. I was like, I'm going to get me a Jeep. I'm going to get me a Jeep. And I wasn't really doing that and taking leaps of faith for a while before I got my car in August, because like I said, I was just not on that path. I had fallen off of the true me, and I am the type of person that I like to take risk. And not only that, I believe that I can do all things, and I believe, you know, certain things just happen for me because of the way I think. And that's the most important thing, is the way you think. That's what's going to make or break you. So I kind of was not thinking like that. I was getting wrapped up in society's thinking and, you know, economy and all that. Oh, I don't have all the money right now to get me a new car. I can't afford a new car. Oh, I don't have the credit right now. My credit's bad. You know, it's not the best. Like, how can I get a new car? But then once I got all of that out of my mind and I started focusing on what God says, like, we can do all things through Christ which strengthens us. And, you know, faith is the most important. It's impossible to please God without faith. I was like, okay, let me just start going back to what I know works, because I have so many other stories, you guys, that just by faith, like, things have worked out for me effortlessly in a way where if it wasn't for my faith, who knows how else things would have gone, you know. But for this particular situation, before I got my car in August, I just started speaking in the atmosphere, I'm gonna get me a Jeep. And I remember even looking online, looking at pricing Jeeps, calling people, texting, you know, on OfferUp, or, you know, just different sites, Craigslist. I mean, I don't know, just random sites. I was just looking at Jeeps, looking up Jeeps, trying to find like, who's pretty much selling a Jeep. You know, I was looking at car dealerships. I contacted one. The dealership was like, for not even a new one, you guys, for not even a new Jeep with all these miles on it, but it looked clean. It was like, I don't know what year it was, but the guy was like, oh, I said, oh, you're selling your Jeep, this is how much I have. You know, he's like, oh, well, you're going to either have to pay cash or have a 620 credit score. I was like, well, that's not going to happen. I'm not going to pay like $7,000 in cash, and I don't have a 620 credit score, so that's not going to happen. So, you know, I just kept speaking in atmosphere like, I'm going to get my Jeep. I'm going to get my Jeep. And sure enough, some time rolled by and Capital One has sent me an offer letter to get a car. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. You know, I went on their site, saw the Jeep, and I was like, okay, that's the one I want to see. But I was reluctant to go into the dealership because I was like, my credit is not the best. They're going to ask for my credit. They're probably going to want some money down. I don't have that right now. I have other things right now that are more important right now than another car payment or another bill or whatever I was thinking. So I was like, I'm not going to go in. And then because they can see who goes onto the site and looks at inventory, the manager at the car dealership actually called me and was like, hey, I saw that you were looking at cars, you know, when can you come in? And I was just like, oh, at this time, my husband and I already had a paid trip to go to Vegas for a week. So I was like, I don't even want to kid myself because I don't have the money right now, and we already have this other thing that we need to focus on saving our money for. So it's like, oh, you know, I don't know when, but I'm going to come in. I'm going to have to go to Vegas. So I was thinking about maybe after I come back. He's like, okay, you know, just let me know. And then he calls me like right before Vegas and was like, hey, I was seeing if you can come in now. I said, oh, I really don't have time. Like literally the guy was just calling me. And then finally, when we got back from Vegas, I told him I was going to come in, but he had called me right when I got back and was like, hey, so I just wanted to remind you about our appointment. And I was like, okay, yes, I'm definitely coming. I'm coming in early. I'm getting ready right now. So I went in. Long story short, I told him straight, the guy that was helping me, which wasn't the manager, and the manager was over the guy that helped me, but they're obviously relaying things back and forth to each other. I told the guys that was helping me, I said, look, let your manager know I came here for a Jeep. I want a Jeep. That's all that I want. I said, if you guys don't have it, it's fine. I would just save you guys some time and myself some time, because that's the car I want. And he was like, okay, you know. So he showed me a Jeep. Of course, I was like, this is the car I want. He's like, well, we'll see. I said, no, you say you're gonna get me this car. He's like, okay. I made him tell me, you're gonna get me this car, and he said it. And literally, you guys, I got the Jeep. When I say it was practically new, it was practically new. And let me tell you how else good God is. Okay, when you have faith, for me, since I'm a believer, I'm going to equate it to God. When you have faith, I believe that God works things out in your favor, meaning he will put the right people in your path. He will put the right circumstances and everything in your path. These guys literally just handed me the car. Technically, I didn't put any money down, but maybe $100 down, $200 down. Mind you, my credit was not the best. And then on top of that, I had got one of the best car dealership services, which is through Wells Fargo. And they are like a high profile bank to get like a car or a loan, a car loan. So I was just like, that is God. Like, that is God all the way. So for sure, without faith, I know I wouldn't have gotten that. So it was just literally from me speaking it into existence. So if you guys can take anything away from this video, pretty much my testimony, faith is so important. I believe that now that I've gone through my experiences in life and I've realized what works for me, faith is the most important thing. From me, I can see things change around like that just by speaking things into existence and what I want to see come to pass, just by believing it and just keep saying it and just having faith. And I see things turn around almost instantly without me having to stress, without me feeling like I have to work myself like a dog, and without me feeling like I need the worldly standards like money and credit. And I know it sounds crazy, but it's the truth. And it's kind of like the law of attraction. I believe there's rules and laws of the universe that God has set up. And one of them is being faith. So without faith, honestly, I don't think much is possible. So yeah, so you guys, whatever it is that you're going through or whatever it is that you want or desire, just know that faith is what's going to take you to that level. It's all about your perspective. You think you have to work like a dog to achieve something and to have something, then that's what you're gonna do. If you feel like there's an easier way or better way, then that's how it's gonna be. So just think of the way that you want to live your life and the way and what you want to accomplish and what you want to do, and just have faith and speak it as if it is, and I promise you it will come to pass. But yeah, for sure, I'm just like super blessed and excited that I have my new car. And if you guys want to go and see the actual car tour, it's on my vlog channel, The Life I Cherish. So the links and everything will be in the description box. Go ahead and check out my vlog channel and subscribe there as well, because I am posting more often. So if you guys want to see more behind the scenes of my life and step into it, you know, I'm pretty open. Then I'm seriously pretty open, and I'm sharing a lot. Then you guys go check that channel out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comment section. And also let me know if you've experienced faith works pretty much through you having faith, and you really didn't try hard or try, you know, to stress or worry and stuff. Just by having faith, things worked out for you. Let me know if you experienced something like that. But anyways, that's it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.